So just so you know, update 1.21 just came out recently. I think it was yesterday. That's what I was talking about with regards to the updates. There's supposed to be additional cutscenes on Chapter 3. Title did tags now. Tags will update. They have been updated. They'll update. They're just not going to update as far as you see them. Not right now. You know what? I can double check it. Hold on. Bodhi just ran through the upstairs and then he just meowed. And he's still meowing. Yeah, no, they've updated. They just haven't updated for you. Buddy! Hi, Complex. How are you? What's the whelp for? Whelp! What's the re for? Is it for life in general? Okay. We're on transition mode. So Chapter 3 apparently has new cutscenes. Having no job sucks. Oh, I need to talk to you about that later on. Wait, are you saying you're not furloughed anymore and that something else has happened? You want my Hey, so we're continuing episode 3 of Twisted Trail. I'm a little upset with continuing the episodes just because you still furloughed, just bored out of your mind. Play some different games, dude. You're like, no, racing. I mean, we can always do another night again, you know. Hi, buddy.
Hello, I am buddy.
Hello.
So you are streaming?
Yes.
You said you weren't.
I didn't.
You big dork monkey.
I didn't say I wasn't streaming. Why do you have buddy?
What are we eating? Am I making food?
You can make food. You can learn how to roast vegetables.
Complex! Holy shit!
He is here.
How are things? How's the wife? Hope you're good.
He's bored out of his mind. So, if we forgot, Grace is dead. She was the sacrificial lamb because I have no idea what to do with the chain on the door. But apparently her dying allowed us to pick up the stuff from her.
Make another tweet.
I'm not making another tweet.
Make another tweet. It's a different game.
No one pays attention to my tweets.
Yes, they do.
Oh my god. What's happening? Playing Song of Horror and starting just now because I'm addicted to Sims 3 apparently. Twitch.tv forward. There's the tweet that no one pays attention to. You know what people do pay attention to? They pay attention to Isaac forwarding that. Just wait another 10 minutes. Brad will pop in. He's probably asleep. Definitely need another. I want another Jackbox game night. That was fun. Continue. Okay, so Grace is dead. Copy of the Northern Advertiser from 27th August. It's covered in coffee stains. Wait, what about this one? Copy of the Northern Advisor. What is this? I don't think this book is related to what I'm looking for. It's about medieval history. Now, remember, there is a very strong chance that we're going to have a permadeath and just have to restart the entire chapter. How do I run again? There we go. Except I don't think he's great at stealth. 2 ancient copies of the Quran. When I see them, I feel bad that I'm not really practicing, especially now. Oh, is he Jewish? And how to hide dead babies. You know, that was something that was our Jackbox. If only I could use these computers and access the library records. Why can't you use the computer? Turn it on. Maybe Husher left this here, although I don't see anything useful in the notes. Oh, this is books on the occult and esotericism. It must have been Sebastian that took them out. What is that sound? So I think the developers, I'll never understand how they think anyone could work anything out from this messy bunch of scribbles. I think the developers called that thing that you have to be quiet with the silence, because that's what they keep on referencing in their update notes, which, I mean, I kind of only figured out that was its name because it's the only thing where you have to be silent with it, so...
What's going on here? Oh!
Wait, what am I doing? Oh god. Oh, security monitors. The Quran is Islam. Oh, okay, the Torah is Judaism. See how good I am at this?
My God.
Thank you.
What was that?
Mushroom.
And he's already freaking out. I can't read that name, but thank you for the follow. Holy shit. What? Camera 3 broke. Oh my god. It's everywhere. I can't quite oh, it's right there. Okay, whatever this puzzle is, I need to get that third camera operational. Apparently you can just skip this climbing animation. Floodlight. Can we do anything with these? No. Bust of the university's founder. I like working in a place that's been here for hundreds of years. Yeah, how's that going? I don't think it's on this side. Because based off of what we saw, it's on this side. Yeah, it's fine. What about it? I was going to use that for chicken salad, but okay. What are you doing? But
Unless you want me to make chicken salad.
no. What is going on with the noises? Poor quality photocopy from a book about Egyptian pharaoh Akhenaten, in which Aten was typically depicted as a sun disk emanating a radial series of arms ending in hands. Each hand held an ankh, a symbol of life and collected offerings. Although no anthropomorphic images otherwise common in Egyptian mythology have been preserved, some of these sun disk depictions have been. As part of this religious revolution, not only did Akhenaten get rid of all of such humanoid depictions, he also created, according to many Egyptologists, the first monotheistic religion. He named the pharaoh as the god's sole representative on earth, thus disbanding and discrediting the priesthood. Although all these changes could be explained as a consequence of the turbulent political situation at that time, the truth is that there are gaps in this understanding which scholars have not overlooked. For instance, no one knows why Akhenaten suddenly decided to transform the way temples had been until then, closed dark where the concealment of the divine was paramount, into expansive open-air temples where Good lighting was the most important thing. Making M sandwich for Dilly. I don't know. Izika's in the kitchen, yeah. There are also strange depictions where Aten is replaced or perhaps opposed by a dark anthropomorphic figure, also emanating a radial series of arms, but in those whose hands the Ankh does not appear. Sometimes these radial elements or arms do not have hands and have an ending. I'm slightly worried about Izik being in the kitchen right now. Damn it. Nothing. Only because I told him he could learn how to roast vegetables, and he kind of just sort of went off on his own, and he doesn't know how to. And I was going to give him basic instructions. Seems unreal that I've spent so much time in here reading, and now this place has turned into a nightmare. Maybe the second floor is fine. Maybe it's the first floor where whatever that thing is exists. Where is the camera? No. Do not go downstairs. Portrait of Ivan the Terrible. When he was young, it was not very well known. Grace didn't believe it was really him. I remember we're trying to figure out exactly what we're still trying to figure out about the music box, because we were trying to figure out about the original owner and creator, and we found some information on them, including how the family basically is supposedly died out, so they shouldn't exist, but we visited and met one of them. Trapdoor for the stepladders slashed from the other side. Well, where's the camera? Here. Can I hit anything on this? No. Okay. I want to see if there's... I don't think there's anything I can do with that puzzle, as long as that camera's broken, but I'm going to check it and take a look at some stuff. I still don't like how the lighting's all messed up everywhere. I don't think I necessarily know what I'm supposed to be doing there yet. I don't understand how they think anyone could work anything out from this messy bunch of scribbles. May the kitchen spirit smile upon you, and Izik avoids burning down the kitchen. He won't burn the kitchen, I just... I don't know what he's doing. He took the chicken breast that's there, there's only one. And it's not even a full chicken breast. It's a, it's a pre-cooked from earlier in the week that I was going to use in a chicken salad. We're going down. Against my better judgment. Okay. Okay. Okay, it did what I was hoping. I was like thinking, please, please, please don't go all the way down and have like a breaking point. Can we see who this is? No. Can we not get over there? Are you kidding me? Fuck. Bye, Meaty. I think we might be okay as long. Oh. That painting was in one of the videos, I think. But I don't think you can see the darkness right there. Carl! 2 years of subbing doesn't feel like it's been that long. It really doesn't, even to me, but thank you so much. It's very sweet. Tier 2 even. Holy crap. It's very sweet. Thank you for the resub. That's the first tile, so I can't go to the left, and I can't go through the middle. It's to the right only. No, I can go through there. We can see them in the video camera, we can't see them in person. And I don't know how easy I would be able to get away from them, so there's the no running sign. This is just a desk. Is that correlate to this desk? All right. Time for some paper. And I do like the fact that I have to sometimes feel like I have to do this. So how many? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's one that's against the back wall, then there's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. 8. Based off of what I'm seeing, some safe paths. Should be that way. Possibly that way. This is gonna be a pain. Yeah, we're having to use security cameras to avoid the spookums. You don't think you can get away from them? Ugh. Careful with spoilers, or even talking about anyone else that's previously played it. Thank you. Okay. So based off of this. Oh. I think they're right in front of me. I hate trying to erase. It's not working. There's a globe right there. This should be safe. Looks like the security camera's off. Just can magically fix this. He's fine.
Okay. I should go back to the monitors.
I'm not going over there.
Oh. Damn.
Well, I mean...
That's not going to be easy to move again.
We're fine. We can go through this way. We came through this way before. This gentleman is still alive. Yeah, well, we lost Rachel. But he's been alive. We've been fine with him. Oh, I know what this one is. That's the globe. Not there, not there. So I should be able to move all the way across to the other side, I think. I mean, I don't necessarily want to even try over there. I have to. I don't think that ladder is any good for us. Oh, so that's coming from across over there. Wait. So the globe's right there. Yeah, okay, so there's another security camera right over there. So, because the bust is right there, and the painting is right there, we know which one that is. So that's this one, because the bust is right here. That's coming across. This way is a dead end. It's just the ladder. So we're gonna have to use the globe. So as far as the globe goes, that way's a bust. That way's a bust, so you have to go straight.
Mushroom.
Jock33210, thank you for the follow. Be a standard sectional library layout. If this is the same side as that one. Shit. Okay, we're just gonna go and we're gonna see what it looks like. And if he dies, he dies. I mean, hopefully he doesn't, but... I need a better idea of this, and my diagram was kind of crap. Like, this entire area is one giant puzzle. And I'm fine with that. Library is never complete without Hell Walls of the Damned. So, we want to go this way. Then to make a left. Then here, we basically want to come this way. More books. So, okay. So we're at what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, shit. Yeah, this one's definitely a little bit harder in this respect. I mean, I guess you could always, if you desperately didn't want to deal with the puzzle, do trial and error, but then you'd, like, lose everyone and have to get all the way back to this point again, which would be a pain in the ass. But, okay, we've already done that. Yeah, so 3, 4. Okay, there it is. So we can come all the way down. And through. It looks like we can come all the way down. And then let's assume we're on this side. I think we have to get to that desk. I think that's the goal. I'm kind of screwing up. I don't know. Hold on. I also don't think we're going to see much of anything beyond what we're currently seeing. As far as, like, I don't think we're going to see the silence. Okay, I get that. So those were the hoses we saw. So the hoses, I think we need to, once we go all the way to the end, it almost looks like we have to make a left. We're basically moving back to the front of the library. So if this is it, then we move back left. Let's try. This game makes your piles worse. I don't even quite know what piles are, and I'm probably glad not to know. You're welcome, Polly. I smell chicken, so whatever Isaac's doing, it's with chicken. I hope he's not re-cooking the chicken that's already cooked. I mean, you can to heat it up, but if you recook it too much, it's just going to end up really, really tough. Anxieties of pile drivers. This should be all the way across. Turning to his left.
That has to be Sebastian's desk. I'm close.
An old volume that tells the story of the investigations carried out by Legrand and his companions. Sinister Nature, Edgar Odell and William Lesage? Losge?
Sinister Nature. Interesting. Damn it.
Uh-oh.
There was another book about Argos Legrand in the library. A compilation of research trips written by two of his associates in the early 1900s. Sinister Nature was a kind of narration of Legrand's frustrated trips in search of paranormal phenomena, with one of the last pages marked by Husher, the cursed concert, St. Cecilia's Abbey. St. Cecilia, the patron saint of music. I'm not sure what Husher wanted when he set out in Legrand's footsteps, or how long he planned on doing it. But it was a start. The best place to start looking, before it gets too late.
The day before. Sebastian P. Husher. Whoa, I get to play as Sebastian, age 54. An eccentric character with traditional tastes, Husher is a prolific writer of historical fiction who combines literary creation with a professorship at the State University of Arts and Humanities. He's used to traveling all over the world, investigating little-known events that provide the inspiration for his future works. However, his most recent journey has turned out to be very different from the rest. Stealth is really high, everything else is mediocre. So if you guys don't remember Husher, the mansion that we were in the very first episode was his mansion, and his family is currently dealing with all the crap. He has no personal effect. So this is a story-based thing.
Isaac, my dear friend, you don't know what you've done with that cursed music box. By the time you tried to warn me, we had all heard the music. Now I find myself trapped in a tragic race against time. I had a hunch. I thought that perhaps by returning the box to you... Damn it, I've been such a fool.
I mean, we knew that was gonna work.
I lied, Isaac. I'm sorry. I just need you to hold on while I find a way to make things right.
That didn't work.
I left the house without telling Catherine. How could I possibly explain something like this? I thought she'd never believe me, and I was wrong. But now it's too late. I only hope you're all safe, and that you will find a way to forgive me.
Taking
I
off
must
my
put an
wrist.
end to this once and for all, for my family, for you, and for my own sake. Argos Legrand. Everything revolves around that name. He was the person who had the box crafted and picked out the melody. I know he died in 1913. Newspapers of the day reported a violent burglary in his home. Everyone died, save for Ariadne, who was just a baby at the time. The case was closed, but something just doesn't add up. The police investigation was far too short-lived, and the bodies were not buried, but incinerated. I believe they were trying to hide the truth. I discovered that the book, Natura Tenebrosa, was written by two of Legrand's collaborators. The same two who followed him across Europe, researching all matter of ridiculous legends, all equally far-fetched. The last case in the book speaks of Legrand's last journey, on which he embarked just before making the music box. I've followed in his footsteps for weeks now, visiting every place, following every lead about that melody. Alas, I have reached the last leg of this journey, in the north. I find myself among the deserted ruins of St. Cecilia's Abbey, now covered in snow. Here, in 1912, the annual concert in honor of the patron saint of music was held. Legrand was not there at the time, but he came to investigate soon after. Every single person who attended that concert died or disappeared in mysterious circumstances.
Yellow sign.
The Abbey has been abandoned ever since. The connection is clear. I know there must be something here, a clue I can pursue. If not, I don't dare think about the future. I can barely distinguish what's real from what's not. Something is watching me, following me, drawing closer and closer by the day. The melody still haunts me. Its notes echo constantly in my head. With each passing minute, they sound more ghastly and foreign. I see darkness all around me, and shadows lurking in the corners. I see my world merging with something else. I see another place. The black figure. I feel it's here with me.
Is this the end? So some of the original stories, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to say before I have to shut up for the story. Some of the original Lovecraft stories, and even the stuff that was based off of Lovecraft later on in Lovecraftian stories used within the Arkham Horror board game, for instance. Interlude, End of the Road. St. Cecilia's Abbey.
Time to move. I have to find it.
Okay, real quick. Some of the stuff is based off of the thing, and I mentioned it beforehand, known as the King in Yellow, which is a reference half the time, especially in the Arkham Horror board game, to Hastur, and is also his herald. Is it Hastur? I think it's Hastur as the elder being, but his herald is known as the Man in Black, or the Black Man, I believe. He's described as a figure that's really, really tall that most people can't remember his face, but they remember his skin as being ebony black to the point of complete and utter pitch black darkness. And he sort of like heralds in everything. I'm wondering if the dark figure is related to the Black Man. And the concert that was at St. Cecilia's Abbey very much references The King in Yellow, which was a play, according to the stories, that ended up being performed. And during the intermission, it was said to be so horrible that everyone who was attending that was supposed to be giving a criticism from a newspaper or some sort of journalistic source went out to end up phoning or messaging any of their lead editors to tell them how horrible the play was, and it was just absolutely terrible. They all go back in after the intermission, and by the end of the play, everyone runs out screaming, gone completely mad. All that's a reference is that the play may or may not contain something about Carcosa, which is supposed to be another world or another dimension. That's about the essence of everything. Song of Horror is very much borrowing off of The King in Yellow. And I really, really like that because I think they're doing a very good job with it. That being said, map not available. I mean, why am I going upstairs when I have other things to do here? I mean, he doesn't have... He has a fountain pen. Personal item passive. I still have many books to write while I have my fountain pen. I know I will live to tell the tale. No documents. And I tried examining the fountain pen again. Damn, the door must have closed before when I left the room. There's a small crack. If only I had some tool to stick in there. Fountain pen. Can't. I mean, it's a fountain pen. It's probably can't be used. The drip has filled up the base and there's all kinds of filth washed down from the roof. The King in Yellow. Yeah, he's, it's a play. Stairs must have collapsed ages ago. I need to find another way to get up to that balcony. King in Yellow is a horrible, horrible, horrible play. Bolt is locked. I can't open it from this side. The King in Yellow is an expansion for the Arkham Horror board game as well, and it references the play being put on, and you're supposed to stop the play from being put on while trying to do everything else in Arkham Horror. It's very difficult. It's one of the better expansions, and it's a mini box expansion, but it's really good. I've had to flick through those books before, but there wasn't anything useful. They've almost fallen apart with what with the exposure to the elements and the damp in this place. It has taken me 2 hours to remove one of those floorboards. There's no way I'm going to be able to get in through there. Why am I just like... You're not going to get in with that. God, the branches like freaked me out for a second. What is this? Hoe, a tool for tilling the fields. It's pretty rusty but strong. That might get me in that one door. It's pointless doing this. It's blocked. I can't open it from this side. What the hell? Oh, isn't what I would call a small tool. Well, no, it's not, but... Okay. I want to check the courtyard. Stone fountain is covered in ice. The damn cold in this place is getting into my bones. What is this? Why is this super polished? Are we gonna have like a puzzle with lighting in here? Yeah, I think we're gonna have a puzzle with lighting or something near the end of this. I mean, this is just the interlude. I don't know how much he can actually die. He might be able to die completely and we'd have to restart it, but... not this way. Door's jammed shut. Impossible to open. Look at his cheek when he's running. Oh yeah, let's not go in there. I mean, he may also be... This might be just a quick area that we're supposed to go into with one of the other guys, and we're just here with him first. I don't know. It's pointless doing this. Hello? Noises. I've had to flick through these books before. There wasn't anything useful. They've almost fallen apart with what with the exposure of the elements and damage in this place. I think I read that. Color purple test? Huh? What? That's not... I don't think that's a command on ours, Carl. I'm pretty sure that's not. Plus, we wouldn't spell color that way. The exclamation commands, for the most part, need to be programmed by the, Your color... You're purple right now. And yes, you will look different on mobile than you will on this. I have noticed that before. Hasn't worked. The water isn't going to get through here. The water in this bucket stinks like a sewer. I can't imagine it's healthy to even breathe the smell. Pipes are leaking everywhere and are almost all eaten through with the rust. Foul-smelling dark liquid is running over the surface of the table. It's still snowing. I hope it stops sooner. Getting out of here will be even more difficult than it was to get in. I feel like this game is the closest I'm ever going to get to playing a digital version of Mansions of Madness, because Fantasy Flight was working on one, and then their developer, something happened and they stopped. It's still in the Steam store, but there's the last time I found news about it, it was like, it's not happening. Ancient M4A, like the ones Catherine put in the garden, I wonder if she and the kids miss me. It smells worse than it looks, if that's possible. There's a layer of damp and decay on every single surface in this room. Looks like there's something down there blocking the main drain. This plumbing system is extremely complicated for just a few toilets. Maybe if we need something, we'll come back to that. Air is buzzing with flies and a sickly stench. Like, we're pretty sure Husher doesn't vanish. Actually, we don't know if Husher vanished here. This is supposed to have been a day ago. So maybe? What? I guess that worked. Why is that on?
Glad I lit this. It's nice and warm.
Oh. Piping system is very complex. What about down below? Oh, it's over here. What a relief it is to light the brazier. Nothing happened. The water isn't running through these pipes. I have a feeling we're gonna have to get the water running. Some old and wretched clay vessels. The wooden table is rotten from the damp in this room. It looks like it's all about to fall to pieces. Piping has been dripping for days, months, years. An old set of bellows. I don't think I can use it for anything right now. I smell something and I'm a little worried. Talking about downstairs. It's almost like chilies. Rich is a word I would commonly use. I have no idea what he's making. It doesn't smell horrible. I mean, the chili smell is familiar. I'm wondering if he's throwing jalapeno in something. I mean, I like jalapeno as long as he doesn't overdo it. And so far he hasn't, whenever he's done it. But it sounds like he might be experimenting, and that always worries me. No. This place must be extremely inhospitable in winter. It's locked. Lock looks like it's in good condition, but without the key. Chicken chili, no beans. I mean, technically we have beans, but not the kind you would put in chili. We have cannellini and black beans. Outer pane of glass is broken and the cold air is coming in between the boards. Can you stop freaking out? Most of these natural remedies expired before I was even born. What I can make out through the folds of the sheets, those remains have been here for decades. There's dead people here, right? Not that it worries him, apparently. Some of these pharmaceutical books must be real gems, but they're no help to me right now. What's this? It looks like a spring from some sort of hydraulic system. I think that pressing the spring started the water flowing, but there's not enough getting through to move that bookshelf. Interesting. There are a few utensils on the table. The books are beginning to fall apart and the jars of chemicals look like they've been festering for years. Dirty dishes just left there. I wonder how long they've been there. There are a few utensils on the table. This bookcase doesn't seem to be fixed like the others and the corners are worn down. What the hell? Plants still grow in these cans. Shouldn't waste time looking at plants. Espresso machine is still running. I mean, you would think it would be essentially a Catholic church for all intents and purposes, considering that it said saint. I don't know how many other Christian religions have saints in them, but even then, it's like, I don't think it's necessarily Catholic based off of the way the story is. I think it's vaguely attached somehow. There's a corridor behind the wall, and it seems that someone has tried to get in or out of there. It's a little harder without having a map to reference right now. The only thing I haven't done, as far as I can see, is unplug that toilet. But I may be wrong. Doors jammed shut, impossible to open. Okay, so it's not going to open at all. Don't forget to tell Isaac how long you've been subbed. He will not believe it. I will tell him. He might have actually heard you. He's probably playing the stream in the background while he's cooking. He does that a lot. Okay. This needs a key. It's not going to happen. But I will tell him if he didn't hear. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Moving along. It's taken 2 hours to remove one of the floorboards. That still can't do anything with. We don't have a key. I think it's time for us to try and unplug that toilet. I don't think there's anything else we can do. Bolt is locked. I can't open it from this side. I mean, let me go through here again. Like, there's no listening icon, so I think we are stuck with having to do this. Should I try to grab whatever is blocking the toilet? Yes. Watch, it's not what I was supposed to do. I mean, how is anything going to pull him through? He gets squished and pulled. It's kind of gross, though. Like he was sneering throughout the whole thing. Wait. I don't think I'll need anything so disgusting. Plumbing system is extremely complicated for just a few toilets. Is that supposed to help with the water somehow, then? Let's find out. I mean, that doesn't make much sense if that's supposed to help with the water, but... I mean, I don't know much about plumbing, so... we're gonna find out. It hasn't worked. The water isn't getting through to here. Pipes are leaking everywhere and almost eaten through with rust. Foul-smelling dark liquid running across the surface. Anything, any of you. Silent Hill 2 vibes. I mean, that's good. Everyone has said, like, Resident Evil vibes, Silent Hill vibes. There's been a lot of references to Silent Hill, especially in Chapter 1 and 2. There's buzzing with flies. could try doing the water again to move the bookcase. I don't see how doing that would have... Drip has filled up the base and there are all kinds of filth washed down from the roof. I mean, there's also this room that he put in. Could see if there's anything here. Piping system is very complex. We get that. Oh yeah, this handle. Yeah, I knew there was another one. Now the water's running through this pipe. I have to make sure I open all of the water valves. So we have to go back to that other one. Oh, specifically reaching his hand in the toilet? It's the other parts where, like, it's all like, do you want to put your hands in? In chapter 1, I got one character killed that way. Just because I ended up losing one character to the water basin because I was pretty sure I had done everything else I needed to do, and I thought that that was one of the things I had to do. And then at the very end, I didn't figure out about the whole doll thing until I lost the fourth character by thinking I had to choose one of the two doors that sounded like there was something behind it, and I had a 50% chance something was going to survive. That was stupid. Like, everything inside of me was saying, don't do that. And then I threw two people out the window because I kept thinking I was choosing the wrong window, but I was, just not on that side. But yeah, no, I nearly completed episode 1 with the one girl with the scented candles all the way through. We opened it for the water to pass through. I think it should go back upstairs. Yep, that's kind of what I figured. No, well, it wasn't a bathtub, but it was in a wash basin, yeah. Like, initially I looked at it and I said nope, but then I ended up doing it thinking that, oh, well, maybe. What is the smell that I'm smelling? Ooh, it looks good. What did you put in it? Because I smell like chili or something. It's edible, it has no flavor. A little bit of salt or Parmesan. Salt? All I taste is broccoli. Or you can just put a dash of balsamic in it. I can eat it as is, it's fine. It's just... Try putting Parmesan cheese on it, that might be all you need. Ugh. Gotcha, you thought there was a hook or something for that? There is a hook, but the hook is was an extendable hook that was meant for the attic. Like, the moment I got the hook, I knew instantly what it was for. Like, I've seen a few playthroughs of this, and by a few playthroughs, I mean I watched episode 1 after I had played it, like, past, and the one thing I noticed a lot of people not doing, this. And that's how people are missing puzzles. No one's examining stuff. No one's noticing you can rotate the object. And it says it right there at the bottom. Right stick, rotate. Like, a lot of the clues for puzzles were hidden on objects needing to be rotated. I think it was this room? Yeah. Well, it was the next room over, but... No, I haven't had problems with the puzzles at all. I've figured things out very quickly. The slide was the one that I had problems with. Isaac figured that out for me. I didn't quite figure out... I still don't quite understand the order that he picked and why he picked it. He told me his reasoning, and I'm just like, I mean, I get the idea. It would have taken me longer if he hadn't been all like, try this.
What's this?
A dead person? I'm not going over there. Not right now. Remarks made by the prior. Notes written by Father Malachi, prior of the St. Cecilia's Abbey, about the monk's behavior. Oh. Ooh. Mm-hmm. That helped a lot. Fine. Yeah. Did you not use garlic? Oh. No, that's okay. I mean, you know, if you just put a little bit of olive oil in a smaller pan with a little bit of garlic in it, and you cook it for a little bit until you smell the garlic, you can pour that into the pasta, and it's the same as if you cooked with it, practically. Some days ago now, I observed the brothers performing a strange ritual. They took turns to sit in front of a mirror and facing it light the lamp and then put it out. This shall remain as a written testimony to everything that has been discovered and that has been passed on to me, as it may prove valuable to whomsoever finds it. Sitting in front of the mirror, they observe their own reflection and everything behind them. They then proceed to put the lamp out or dim its flame to the point that the eyes blinded by the previous glow no longer see. Thereupon they light it once more and again observe their reflections and everything behind them, repeating the process several times. And sometimes, God help us, the reflection shown in the mirror isn't what it should be. I can't begin to describe the horrors that appear. The mere act of committing them to paper is an insult to our Lord. But what I can say is that the more frequently these horrors appear, the closer they are and the less time we have until they're no longer only in the reflection. What the hell is that?
Shit. Damn it. I hope it can't get it open.
Oh no, look where he is. That's where Daniel was taken. To St. Cecilia's. Holy shit.
Looks like that one hallway.
It is.
Oh.
The scribblings of desperate monks, desperate like me. This isn't chapter 4, I don't think, is it? This is still chapter 3. It's interlude. Doors jammed or blocked from the inside.
This is the. It looks a lot like that hallway with the nooses in it.
No. The hallway with the nooses was, my god, how awful. Why are there so many bodies piled up in here? You just started chapter 2. Yeah, don't watch it. Bye, Ori. The wall's been furiously covered in crosses. I understand the desperation that leads to that better than I'd like. Somebody's made sure no one can get into this cell or out of it. Chapter 3 is long, but it's been a lot of puzzles.
If this works, let's see how much I have left.
Oh no. No. Why aren't you doing this? It's gonna change. Why is he not turning it on? Oh, because the 4th time something happened to him. Okay. So episode 4 of The Last Concert. Do we start this now? I kind of want to start episode 4 next week. Because I don't want to rush through it, because I don't want to touch episode 5 until the end of the month. Because that's when all their patches are going in. I do want to wait for updates pretty badly, actually. I think because of the time of day and everything, I'm gonna call it. I do want to play more. I really want to play more. All I can sit there and say is, I know that people were frustrated when the game first came out. I did see Gab's first episode, and I saw how upset she was at the end of it with a lot of the mechanics. If you haven't seen it, there have been updates to certain mechanics, such as the heartbeat mechanic. It's very similar to what it was in the very beginning, but it's a little bit easier to deal with because the heartbeat is easier to see than it was before. So I did see what the changes are, and I saw what frustrated a lot of people in the beginning. That being said, a lot of the people who who possibly end up complaining about it, I have noticed that people aren't rotating the objects in the inventory. There are so many hints and clues that are attached to each of those objects just by rotating them. All I can say is this so far has been one of the best Lovecraftian experiences I've had in a video game. And I've played Cult of Cthulhu, and the only other one that I've seen that I've really liked has been Stygian Abyss. And I haven't even played Stygian Abyss all that much, but Stygian Abyss is, if you haven't seen it, it's an isometric RPG. Pretty damn good. The Song of Horror has been one of the better experiences so far. I'm going to send you guys somewhere, because as much as I want to play more of it, I really want to wait for more updates, which means Chapter 4 we will do next Friday. I want to be available to do stuff with Isaac tonight and with some friends and to talk to some people. So we are going to send you guys somewhere. Who are we sending you to? I'm going to send you guys to Luna Arcana, who's playing Gwent. We love Luna. She does stop into the streams quite frequently. She's fantastic. Go and show her some love. And have a wonderful time. Goodbye.